Listen, Morty, stop watching crap on YouTube. Do you really think that piece of shit board game between the guy with the ridiculous mustache and the bald communist is anything more than an invention for simple minds like yours? It's pathetic, Morty. But since you're so obsessed with historical mediocrity, I'm gonna explain it to you. Because apparently my destiny across all multiverses is to waste my time with a kid who can't even add without using his fingers. Lenin opens with a 4. It's a standard opening, Morty. Predictable, like your lack of self-esteem. And Hitler, that moron with delusions of grandeur, uses every single one of his damaged neurons to play a 6. What the hell is that? It's like you trying to play hide and seek by covering your own eyes, Morty. Even though it looks like a joke, the guy transforms that garbage move into an attack. The whole damn game is a phenomenal disaster, just like your last date. Lenin takes the center because of course he does. He's a communist. He wants to control everything, Morty. And Hitler keeps going with his attack, a quick night jump. At this point, Lenin dominates the center like I dominate this conversation. So Hitler pushes a pawn and transposes into the French defense. Basically, he's prepping an attack on the center. A strategy as subtle as a garbage truck crashing through a kindergarten. The bishop comes out and everything is ready. Hitler strikes. Bam! Now Lenin has to react. Hitler could push that pawn and dominate the king side, but Lenin takes the pawn and Hitler recaptures. The position opens up, Morty. The war has begun. And I'm not talking about a real war. I'm talking about wooden pieces moved by two guys who probably smelled like mothballs and desperation. Lenin castles. He puts the king to safety because he understands that if you lose the king, you lose the goddamn game. A lesson you still haven't learned regarding your social life, Morty. BB7. In case you don't know, that's dangerous. Hitler is putting the enemy king under massive pressure. Lenin brings out his queen and Hitler does the same, ramping up his attacking power. But his queen is far from his king, just like you are from losing your goddamn virginity to a woman who isn't a defective hologram or a freaking pillow with eyes painted on it, Morty. Which is a problem if Lenin decides to counterattack. Hitler has to be careful with his aggressive attacks, which is mathematically impossible for a sociopath with an inferiority complex and one missing testicle. A 4. Lenin pressures Hitler's queenside structure. Should he capture the pawn? For Hitler, violence was never the answer. It was a goddamn question, and the answer is yes! Hitler sees an attack and lunges like your mother at a freaking bottle of cheap wine after putting up with your father for 10 minutes. No thinking, Morty. He's blinded by attacking opportunities and takes the pawn like an aggressive idiot. But now his pawns are doubled and isolated, just like his troops in World War II. They're hard to defend because they can't protect each other. Maybe he was too aggressive, don't you think, Morty? It's a metaphor so obvious even you should see it. Lenin, who isn't a fool, nor does he have a single hair, the goddamn chrome dome, exploits it instantly. He brings out the knight and attacks the pawn like it's a freaking proletarian revolution missile. Hitler, scared like a Jerry at a homeowners association meeting, pushes the pawn. Lenin takes it and zing! Now the Nazi has a problem bigger than your goddamn ego, Morty. That rook is threatening the queen. Hitler moves her over there, running away like the loser he is, but now the queen is further from his king than your chances of going out with Jessica without wetting your pants. At least he attacks the knight. Big deal! Lenin defends with a yawn, and here comes the Russian knight. Hitler keeps attacking and attacking like a rabid chihuahua, but Lenin has total freaking control of the center and simply pushes the pawn. Get back, you freak! The knight has to retreat like your father when he sees an electricity bill. Lenin takes the knight, Hitler recaptures, and the moron thinks the position looks fine. It doesn't look fine, Morty. It's a mirage for weak minds. And here's when the goddamn tables turn, Morty. They turn like a plumbus in a blender. The Russians are counterattacking on the king's side, but the little mustache's troops are deployed at the other end of the universe. Lenin has been slow cooking this attack while the other idiot was playing with his shitty little toys. Hitler is about to learn that fighting on two fronts is a tactical freaking nightmare that not even a brain parasite could endure. What does he do? Does he keep attacking or pull back his troops to lick his wounds? Since his attack is a goddamn joke with no punchline, he withdraws the queen and the Russian brings in more reinforcements, Morty. More meat for the grinder. Hitler tries a counterattack on the queen. She withdraws with the elegance of a Federation starship. The goddamn maniac with the fringe gets excited, attacks again like a compulsive wanker, and the queen simply goes back to her spot. It's a freaking loop of imbecility. Now the pawn is useless, weak, and more surrounded by enemies than a Rick at the goddamn Council of Ricks. Strategy lesson, Morty. Don't be so goddamn pathetic. And then for a reason so stupid it would make a rock commit suicide, Hitler plays G6. G6, Morty. It's the biggest mistake of his miserable life, right after thinking that invading Russia in winter was sustainable for his shitty logistics. Lenin takes the pawn, attacking the rook and the queen at the same time. It's a goddamn orbital massacre. Hitler tried to have it all and ended up with his ass in the breeze. He was an impatient piece of shit, attacking everywhere like a kid with ADHD in a crystal shop. For a second, he thought he was dominating, but when his attack collapsed, he couldn't even defend his own dignity. His troops are scattered. They're freaking scrap metal, and the king will soon be cornered in his shitty bunker, more alone than me after an interdimensional bender. He's trapped in the freaking illusion of victory. He takes the knight, but the red invasion is a tsunami of iron boots. Check. The king flees. Check again. He hides. Wham! Another check. He realizes he's one step away from mate, and like the total coward he always was, he resigns before they rip him in two. Do you get it now, Morty? An aggressive moron versus a patient bald guy. Hitler attacked like a maniac without a plan, ended up with doubled and isolated pawns, and when Lenin counterattacked, the bunker collapsed on him. A perfect metaphor for his life. A lot of noise, a lot of invasion, and in the end, a pathetic surrender because he doesn't know how to play on two fronts. Now close that shitty tab, Morty. Now close that shitty tab, Morty. It's giving me an aneurysm watching you waste your limited brain capacity. And listen, if by some miracle of evolution you want to stop being a total ignoramus and learn something more about crushing inferior minds on a board, don't forget to follow Rickchus. Let's go, Morty. That channel is the only thing with more than 2 neurons on this entire platform of garbage.